That was a slight change of plans with the Ghost1 podcast. It was going to be December 7th, but it's going to be tonight. The Lions played the Vikings today. Yes, I know. All these Lions fans are gonna hate me, but I am going to say this. I am a diehard Lions fan. I'm a dire Michigan Wolverines fan. The Cup says it. Both of them do. We were at home today. Offense been looking very basic. It reminds me of how I was in high school. I didn't play offense that much. I played defense because I preferred it. This is my flag. Let me show you real quick. Trying to get it all in there. I don't do scripts. I will never do scripts. It would make no damn sense. Especially for being a YouTuber for like 6 years. Zombies irritates me. We'll talk about that too. Black Ops 7 is coming out later this month. I'm not getting it. Matter of fact, at this point, I'm pretty much done with zombies. Need to update the content. Need to get away from Call of Duty. It comes out every single year. It's getting annoying. And yes, there is no illegal thing saying on YouTube I can't vape. So, I don't have film and I don't have video because that would be dealing with the lawsuit from fucking NFL. So I'm just gonna say what I think. You may think that I'm only what did they say? I don't remember what it was. A bandwagon fan for Detroit and Michigan. I grew up at times where Detroit didn't do very well during the season. I think I started watching it 2 years after that. Because 2010 was a football player myself. Yes, our coaches got after us if we lost the game. Down ups, sprints, it doesn't matter. What I will say this is how the offense is, I'm not very impressed with it. I will say this, I do miss Ben Johnson a little bit more. Now, Morton, give him some time. It's only his first year being an offensive coordinator on Detroit. Here we are, sitting second place in the NFC North, 5-3. While the Packers are enjoying their time at the top. We played the Commanders last week. Lord, I am praying that they are going to throttle the Washington Commanders. We should have thrown the Vikings defense today. It's been bothering me since, since the game actually kicked off. JJ McCarthy, me being as a Michigan fan, I like JJ. He went to the Vikings. Ben Johnson went to the... Ben Johnson went to the Bears. our defensive coordinator, which at this point, our defense is keeping us in every single goddamn game. Being basic, this is not the Jets, this is not the Raiders, this is the Detroit Lions. As was someone else say what he wants about John Morton, which I don't really blame him. Just like Bryce Underwood, we barely beat the Boilermakers this week. For Michigan, Michigan's on a bye week. Detroit goes to Washington D.C. to play against the Commanders. Last year, we lost to the Commanders in the playoffs. We play the Eagles. I think the week after. That's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's Eagles or Packers. Packers come to Detroit. Until today, Detroit was undefeated at home. Is what people call the home field. I don't practice scripts and I don't do scripts. I'm just saying what I want. And if I freeze, then there's a reason. Because I'm either swallowing, taking a drink, or thinking. As I just did. We are looking one dimension. No. How we are playing right now. We just had a bye week last week. We should have came out, punched the Vikings in the mouth. Well, we did, but it was Sam Laporta that got into the end zone for the first time. Don't fire John Morton yet. But he is on a hot seat. His ass is about to burn. Dan Campbell took the fault for what he did. You know, we should beat the Packers week 1. We should beat the Kansas City Chiefs, but, you know, they paid off the refs because, well, they're cheaters. We should beat the Vikings, too. 5 wins, 3 losses. Which is fine. I've seen worse teams. Believe me. 2024 Michigan Wolverines. And at the moment, Michigan State is currently 0-6 in the Big Ten. I'm from Michigan. Yes, I don't have every decoration that I should have for being a major fan. It's called money, and inflation's killing everyone. I don't do politics. In other words, fuck Trump. This was last year. I stopped watching because it was pissing me off. And how Campbell came through the line and hit JJ. The ball didn't leave his hand until Campbell got there. And that's 100% truth. I had to itch my eye. Yes, I am still going to watch Michigan. I'm still going to watch Detroit. So you can call me a bandwagon fan when I'm not. The next home game's in like 3 weeks, so it's against the Packers. Aiden Hutchinson got a penalty. The penalties were bad. False start, illegal shift, miscommunication between St. Brown and Laporta. So yeah, the penalty sucked. Yes, I am also going to say this. I think the refs were paid by the Vikings to beat Detroit at home. I got news for you Vikings fans. It's not going to be easy. Because the next time you guys play Detroit, which is in Minnesota, they are going to whoop your ass. And it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Enjoy the time while you have it. Washington, you're next. Detroit's 5-3. We still can make the playoffs. Getting to the Super Bowl is another thing that's also been haunting me. I believe they can. That's just me. My entire life, I've never heard or seen the Lions in the Super Bowl. I have heard about the championships that they've had all the way back to the 1960s. And then the curse, which was finally, hopefully, knocked out by Peyton Manning and everyone else. JJ is a good quarterback, I will tell you that. And now they need to see the man of fact that if you put pressure on him, he's going to run. It's mainly football talk right now. I played football myself. I've seen my fair share of losses. My senior year, we went 0-9. 0-9. 9 games as a senior, and yet our juniors didn't step up. We came out in the third quarter, we did better. But it was too late. The touchdown that I was keeping track of, because, well, why the hell not, came too late to matter. I'm not sure who did it. I do know that game pissed me off to the point where I stopped watching. All the injuries, all the penalties. The offense needs to be more creative, and the defense needs to do more turnovers. Wow, we're 14 minutes in, and yet I'm just rambling on about what should have happened. The turnover from Montgomery, can't really blame him. It was the defense that got to him. There was pass interference on the Vikings that the referees missed. Yes, John Morton's to blame for the offensive downfall after the bye week. It reminds me a lot about coming off the bye week going into the Packers game. Week 1. Then we came out 0-1, 24-17. That shit still stinks. Of the, well, for major Michigan schools that I root for, well, I don't really root for Michigan State because I don't have time to even watch them. Michigan won. Michigan State lost by 3. SAMU lost by 3. And, oh, wait, the Detroit Lions lost by 3. There's a little bit of a pattern with if Michigan teams don't do well, people start turning against the head coach, which I don't get. Yes, Dan Campbell did take the blame for what happened. He's just a leader. It's how they are when it comes to Detroit. The thing is, you need to defend the den. Mr. Norton, I don't fucking know what the hell his goddamn name is. I don't care. But defensive coordinator. Well, the defensive coordinator, Kevin Shepard's been practically holding the team on the... Well, can't really give all the credit to the defensive coordinator. Dan Campbell, the head coach, and Kevin Shepard has been carrying this team since week 1. Can we bounce back? I believe we can. I'm not very happy with with the offensive stand right now. The offensive coordinator just practically said, fuck you. John Morton needs to be more creative with the entire team. We run on Detroit, but fueled by Detroit. One pride. Let's go blue. Go green when, Michigan State can actually do something in football. There's a lot to clean up on offense. There's not that much to clean up on defense. The injuries are killing us. The fucking penalties killed us today. Like, they literally did a holding call that wasn't holding. That seemed a little, suspicious when it comes to the referees. And the NFL doing their cheating scandal. The NFC North is a fucking war zone at the moment. You have the Lions, the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings. The Packers, Lions, and Bears are all fighting. And... oh boy. I never really did this. It wasn't really my idea to do a podcast when I first started my channel. But at the moment, I can't do gaming content, so why the hell not? Ugh. However, Detroit lost. We know. 3 points. There could have been so many things that should have changed. There was no trick plays like Detroit is known for. I would say the only good game for the offensive coordinator was the Bears. 52-21 in the final. For the last, what are we, week 9 now? for the last 7 weeks before the bye, I thought Detroit was going to come out and fucking power drive the Vikings. That was me. But shit does happen, and I'm pretty sure Dan Campbell is going to be disciplining this team this entire week. And John Morton's probably gonna get a fucking fire under his ass by Dan Campbell and Dan Campbell and what is it, like Brad Holmes, the GM of Detroit. One-dimensional offense, not really a good thing, and it's not really a good thing to succeed. I can't speak words. Let's get serious with this. As a Detroit Lions fan, myself, I thought Detroit was going to power drive through Kansas City, which we didn't. However, KC did not have a single penalty. Excuse me. The Vikings had some. Detroit had a lot, which that needs to be cleaned up. I can name so many things that need to be cleaned up with this offense right now. Blocking the blitz. Especially when it comes to the Vikings again, that you have to play again. I don't even know what week we play the Vikings again. The Packers, which we should have fucking throttled them, but we didn't. And KC, we could have just fucking power drived if we didn't worry about the fucking penalties. There's been so many creators that have said what they wanted. In my book, Detroit's always number one. It doesn't matter what the fuck the record is. I want to see my team succeed in the next coming weeks. It's now week 9. We have 9 more games. The Eagles are going to be the hardest team they've actually beat come fucking the week after the Commanders, I believe. Final score was 27-24. Which pissed me off. I think I've already covered that one. Alright, now I'm repeating myself because I'm going fucking insane. I'm not gonna waste my voice. I'm not gonna get too worked up. What I want to see is Detroit to bounce back this week coming in. Sir Morton, please, for the love of fucking God, get your head out of your fucking ass. Step it up. Throttle through whatever the fuck is in your way. And dominate every single team that comes after this loss. Even though I know the Eagles is going to be the hardest one out of the rest of the weeks. Out of the rest of the regular season, the Eagles are going to be the hardest to beat. I will leave you at this. Go Blue. Go Lions. One pride. and hail to the victors. And I'll see you in the next one. If you want more of this podcast, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Don't be a dick in the comments. Well, towards me. More and I don't give two fucks. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.